So let's talk about Lauren Witzke and the Equality Act. Now, we've covered the Equality Act over here on the channel before, so we're not going to go super into all that. But apparently there's certain things about the Equality Act that Lauren wants to tell you. Like, apparently it's going to legalize Jesus. I wasn't aware that you could ban Jesus in a country that literally has a separation of church and state, but apparently Lauren thinks you can. So we'll get into that here in a second. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get into the fan art section. And from Diamond Flaw, we have a fan art not of me, but of Raz. Specifically, this is a fan art of the version of Raz that shows up to hit the notification bell. And this was not done by Diamond Flaw specifically, but from their daughter. They go online by Princess Gremlin, and they said they love seeing Raz's avatar attack the bell, so they drew Raz's avatar, and that's honestly adorable. Diamond Flaw, if you are watching, let your daughter know that this is awesome. With that said, though, let's go ahead and get it. Oh, God, I hate that fan art's actually attached to a video like this. Lauren's a kind of a despicable person. Oh, God. Huh. I really didn't think that one through. God damn it. John Fallen, thank you very much for redeeming an oh well to get me out of that awkwardness. The last time we covered Lauren in any way, shape, or form was in the quad debate where she was against Blair White as well as two other people. I know one was John Doyle, but I don't remember the other one because my memory's horrible. I didn't even remember her name except for the fact that it's part of the title of this video. So let's go ahead and take a look here and see what other terrible things she has to say besides telling Blair White to grow a mustache. Said it was Carolyn? Okay, cool.
There is a war on Christians. They did this, they targeted me, and they made an example out of me because I'm an outspoken Christian who vocally opposes the Equality Act. Listen, Alex, I don't know if you know much about it, but they're trying to illegalize Jesus Christ and the scripture and categorize it.
Absolutely, just like in Europe and Canada where they're arresting pastors. Tell folks about it.
Wait, what? Hold on. They're arresting oh, God, I didn't expect to see Alex Jones here. Hi, Alex. Anyway, so wait, hold on. We got a lot to unpack here. First of all, they want to illegalize Jesus. Let's see if we can maybe look up this. So, Equality Act makes Jesus illegal. Let's see, how does this happen? Let's see here. NPR.org. A potential revision of federal rights law to extend protection to LGBTQ people could soon... The Equality Act would ban discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. How is that illegalizing Jesus, Lauren? Holy shit, I did not see this kind of stupidity coming. Holy shit. Yeah, Alex Jones cameo just for Suris. I enjoy it when Alex Jones comes into the streams. Alex Jones is a wonderful individual. All he does is try to sell you gold, vitamin, and things to enhance the size of your penis, and yell about the frogs being gay. Yeah, no, I just... Why? If the Equality Act is literally just trying to do what it says, why... How is that going to illegalize Jesus? And what's this other claim? Hold on. Why are pastors being arrested in Canada? Wait. Okay, so we actually do have a little bit of information with this one. Sweet. Let's take a look at these guys. Spongy Lord, thank you very much for the 69 bits. I think this particular claim is just a lie. It's too stupid to be incorrect. It's an intentional misunderstanding to upset their base. Well, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. From Newsweek, a Canadian pastor arrested over COVID rules offers a warning to U.S. after what happened to him. Let's take a look here.
The greatest pastors, ministers, preachers. And they just called today 5 of the most respected people. And they said things that were incredible. They said there's never been anything like this in the church that they can some of them have been doing it for 30, 40 years. They said we have never seen enthusiasm like we see for this president and for this presidency. All
Oh my! It's just Trump beating himself off. Why is that part of this? A Polish-Canadian pastor, Arthur Poliski, from Alberta, Canada, was arrested last weekend for allegedly organizing a church service that ignored COVID social distancing rules and mask mandates. Warned the U.S. to watch out after what happened. Dude, you just broke the law. Like, you're just upset that you broke the law. Like, you knew what the mandates were. You had the ability to do this in a way, like, digitally, that would not have been a fucking violation of the law, and you did it anyway. What the fuck is wrong with you? In an interview with Fox News, host Laura Ingraham, that aired Friday, Poliski said that Canada has no rights whatsoever. Holy shit. Holy, they have a wait, what? He told Ingram that they have a hybrid between fascism and communism? Wait, hold on. So let me get this straight. Not only is Canada apparently a palingenetic ultra-nationalist country, but apparently on top of that, they also have worker ownership of the means of production. They've completely abolished the state. They've abolished money. They've abolished social classes. How did they do that? How did they manage this strange smorgasbord of things where they simultaneously have palingenetic ultranationalism, which usually requires a strict hierarchy, but also they happen to have no state and no classes and no money? How did they manage this? How did you do it? What is this? Prior to his arrest, Alberta Health Services had received a Court of Queen's bench order that applies to gatherings, including protests, demonstrations, and rallies. This order imposes new restrictions on organizers of protests and demonstrations, requiring compliance with public health orders, including masking, physical distancing, and attendance limits. He says he spent 3 days in jail for the crime of opening the church in a free and democratic society. It is a free and democratic society, but you also still have laws in that society, and we have an ongoing pandemic, and you actively decided to violate those laws. And I mean, I don't see what the bitching is at this point. Okay, so is that what they're going to be talking about? Alex, Lauren, please give me the scoop. I need the information. I need to know what has happened here. God, the funding for InfoWars is still so fucking massive. Look at this.
Yeah, absolutely. So what it will do is it will classify scripture, belief in traditional marriage, as hate speech.
No. That does not classify scripture and the belief in a traditional marriage as hate speech. You can still have traditional marriage after the Equality Act. You can have all the traditional marriages you want. You can have 15 traditional marriages, divorcing every one of the husbands you try to suck dry in the meantime on the way out. You have the ability to do that. Nobody is stopping you. Not a single person is trying to stop you from having a traditional marriage, Lauren. Every single one of them. They're not trying to force you to get to the gay marriage. Nobody's like, oh my god, any sex that isn't pegging is wrong. That's not fucking happening. Nobody's trying to ban scripture. You can still have scripture. You can still have your traditional Christian marriage.
Abortionist wants to make the decision to not perform an abortion, they can arrest that abortionist or that doctor or that nurse that chooses to
abortionist. So wait, hold on. So if you are an official who has a job to save people's lives and you actively choose not to save a person's life, not to do your duty, you can be arrested here? That one sounds new to me. Let's take a look into that claim. Will the Equality Act allow doctors to be arrested for not performing abortions? You know, your mandatory abortions. Oh my god. 11 myths about HR 5 from the Heritage Foundation. Oh my god, it goes so much deeper. The Equality Act simply punishes discrimination against people who identify as gay or transgender. That's apparently the myth from the Heritage Foundation. Does everybody know what the Heritage Foundation is? We've gone over them several times on several other episodes. They're like a fucking right-wing think tank. Myth 2, the Equality Act preserves religious freedom, and they don't think that that's the case either. Myth 3, the Equality Act does not expand the scope of federal light civil law by expanding the definition of public accommodations under Title II. It does do that. Okay. We'll have to go into their myths about HR 5. We'll have to go into that later. Let's see here. What else is in here? Will the Equality Act allow doctors to be arrested for not performing abortions? Let's see here. This one's from MyNBC. Let's take a look here. The House of Representatives has passed the Equality Act that would prohibit discrimination. The bill is heavily supported by Democrats. I want to find abortion. Anti-abortion advocates say that there's a note in the bill that would force taxpayers to fund abortion. Under the Equality Act, sex is redefined to include pregnancy, childbirth, or a related medical condition. Opponents say under the new law, medical refusal to perform abortion procedures would be considered sex discrimination. Similarly, medical refusal to perform sexual reassignment surgery would also fall under discrimination. Well, yeah, that literally would. Let's take a look at the note. Let's take a look at the note. The Equality Act would require government-funded abortion. Can we actually just change this to government-mandated abortion? Like, please. Can we just have, like, every wannabe baby cannon has to yeet the fetus into a bucket first. One mandatory abortion for all. See, the House is slated to throw an advertisement at me, apparently. The House is slated to vote on the Equality Act, which, far from bringing any new or necessary form of equality, would in fact impose on the entire country the left's revisionist view of sex, gender, and human nature. Oh my god, it's like they don't understand that science progresses forward. Okay, let's see. More abortion. God, abortions in this article 19 times. Holy shit. The law would treat refusals to perform an abortion as pregnancy discrimination, which would be treated as illegal as a form of discrimination on the basis of sex. Okay. Okay, so that's what their argument is. Does the Equality Act actually make these things illegal? Well, yeah, technically, I guess it would. So I guess it would come down to if you're a medical professional and you're in your job description, you have to do particular surgeries, and one of those surgeries might include an abortion. And if you don't want to do that, you are given that information up front when you take that job. You would be told that this is a thing that you might have to perform. And if you actively choose not to do it, then that would be a form of discrimination, I guess? I don't know if that would be actionable, though. The legislation would apparently enable women who are denied an abortion, even as a result of healthcare workers' religious or conscious objections, to challenge the decision under law. Well, yeah, the woman should be allowed to determine what happens with her own fucking body. Like, why do you get to determine that? Advocates of the Equality Act have openly admitted those same provisions would retire taxpayer funding of elective abortions. Again, I'm fine with that. I'm fine literally paying for abortions. I don't care. Such funding is currently prohibited by the Hyde Amendment, typically attached to the federal spending bills to prohibit direct reimbursement of abortion procedures. The federal government funds a wide range of healthcare programs, and because the bill defines establishments broadly to include institutions other than actual healthcare facilities, the government itself likely would be subject to the terms of the Equality Act. As a result, the law would almost certainly require the government to cover the cost of abortion procedures. Again, that's fucking fine. Like, I don't see a problem with that. Every single person that gets, like, uppity about this shit generally just doesn't want their taxes to go to healthcare, period. Like, generally speaking. However, just so we can see the national review here, that's what we're looking at right now. Let's go ahead and see how they are National Review Media Bias Fact Check. Facty check. We do a little fact checking. That's all sides. All sides media bias leaning very, very right. Let's look at the media bias fact check on it here. Mostly factual, that's good, but a very hard right-leaning bias, not necessarily all the way towards extremeness, which is fine. So I wonder, they keep saying that it will allow for you to arrest people based on not giving an abortion. So let's see. Arrests for not giving an abortion. Let's see. And we've got miscarriages of crime. We got stuff like that. I'm not seeing anything. I'm seeing stuff on women getting jailed for abortions. I'm not seeing jack shit on doctors getting jailed for not performing them. Almost like even if the provision like can be worded really loosely to say that, even if that would be the argument that they would take here, it doesn't necessarily mean that. It doesn't mean that at all. Also, apparently Memory Martin has dropped the actual bill on us. We can even take a look at that real quick. How big is bill? So let's see here. Abortion. Is abortion not in here? What are some synonyms for abortion that we might see in here? Termination? Termination's not in here. Wait. Where is this part in HR 5 that's supposed to talk about abortion? Yeah, you don't learn to be a brain surgeon and then take issue with working on a brain. Yeah, it's not like you're gonna be, you know, having to do an abortion as a surgery and you've never practiced, like, in any way, shape, or form. Thigh rotting out. Yeah, thigh rotting out's not gonna be in here. We got lots of instances of discrimination. Baby cancel. The baby was canceled in womb.com. Perhaps search for may not. I'm not seeing a may not either. Okay, cool. So thanks, Memory Martin. Apparently that shit's not in here at all. Is this just a fucking made-up talking point? Guys, and if you're watching this over on YouTube, please let me know in the comment section below if this is just a made-up fucking talking point. Because that's what it's looking like. If abortion's not in here, if termination is not in here, if Marshmallowzilla having this very inappropriately timed oh wall is not in here, then yeah, no, it's just not in here. You're just a liar then. You're just a fucking liar. Check for hide. Nothing in hide. Nothing in hide. Nothing. No mention of the Hyde Amendment. Nothing's popping up. Nothing's popping up. Dude, Lauren, holy shit. So I'm right. You would literally have to twist the verbiage so hard to even make a case. And we have no cases in the US, from what I can tell, of doctors being jailed for not doing abortions. We do, however, have cases of women being jailed for abortions. Lauren, you're a fucking shithead.
Take the biblical approach and change their lives. Children who struggle with gender identity, now that it's going to make them illegal for them to pursue therapy to change their mind. And
that's not what you're talking about. That's not what you're talking about at all. No. So, if a child is potentially trans, they should be able to go pursue therapy to make up their mind, to determine whether or not they are trans or if they are confused. And if they are trans, then we have to figure out what gender-affirming care is required at this point. We have to figure out what the source of the dysphoria is. Now, when we are talking about what you're talking about, Lauren, you want conversion therapy. Lauren Witzke, this dipshit wants conversion therapy brought back to the United States. We want electroshocks plugged up people's buttholes, and we want them staring at jars of their own shit. That's what you want. You literally, you're talking about conversion therapy, which I've already done an entire expose on. Conversion therapy is bullshit. Milo Indianapolis can go eat at least 12 dicks. Seriously. Do not try sitting here trying to defend conversion therapy just because you're far too stupid to understand that it's bunk.
This is, I mean, it's absolutely an attack.
It's basically the cult trying to make it illegal to leave the cult.
What?
Yes, exactly.
That's not what's happening. Oh my god. Okay, guys, we got Alex Jones on here. Maybe we should very quickly media bias fact check InfoWars. I know what I'm gonna find here, but just in case some of you don't know, let's take a look. It doesn't even get a left or right. It just gets tinfoil hat conspiracy, strong levels of pseudoscience, and a very low rate of factual reporting. I think these people should all be yeeted to the cum jar. Let's take a look at all sides. What did they say? Very right-leaning. They have a medium confidence in that rating. That just tells us their political affiliation. Alex Jones, PolitiFact. Wow! PolitiFact rates him as 40% false information, 60% pants on fire information. We are dealing with some high-level ideas here. We are dealing with some incredibly smart and trustworthy individuals here.
Exactly. And even just quoting scripture will be classified as hate speech.
No, it won't.
Is what it is going to do. It is going to make Christianity a crime on a federal level.
No, it won't. Holy shit. You're so dumb. We have a separation of church and state. Nobody is making Christianity illegal.
We cannot allow this to go any further. We're going to lose everything. If we give our enemy an inch, he's going to take the whole thing. As you've seen.
Oh, that phrasing. Oh, that phrasing. Lauren, I understand that there's all kinds of gay jokes we can make about give an inch, take a mile. All kinds of them. Just trade out inch for tip, and then we're perfectly fine. But while I understand that you might not like jokes like that because, well, poking humor at gay people, the only way you like to do that is to talk about how they're filthy, degenerate, and terrible, and evil, and all that other fun stuff. Whereas here, we all like to poke fun at each other and ourselves. Phrasing. But Lauren, no, nobody's trying to make Christianity illegal. Nobody is trying to make your beliefs illegal. What we are trying to do is make a better place for people who live in this country. And, well, that's not happening under people like you. That poor woman is clearly a victimized person, and you should all be ashamed for bullying her. Yeah, totally. We should all feel shame, shame, shame. Every single one of us. We should all feel shame that the person on the internet here who is spreading hatred is definitely the actual victim, the real victim here.
Seen, Alex, you've watched as this slow fade has happened, and we have allowed it to happen, and it's gotten to the point now where we're all going to end up in Kamala's gulags unless we all stand up together and
Kamala's gulags. Oh my god.
Fight back as Christians.
Thank you so much for the information, as always, Right Wing Watch. Yeah, no, I feel shame for her. I agree, Spongy Lord. Lauren, come on. This is pants on fire, stupid. Completely. Holy crap. What is there to say? What is there to say at ludicrous stuff like this? Aside from, it's ludicrous and it's dumb. But people believe it. Why do they believe it? I know why they believe it. Echo chambers are a strong thing. I was in an Alex Jones echo chamber for a fucking long time. I get it. And an echo chamber can happen by either never talking about these things and just watching repeatedly, or talking about these things only within a small group of people who all believe the same thing. Either way, you create an echo chamber for yourself. I've been here, but it still flabbergasts me that people believe this stuff. Oh, Jesus. Well, this is where we hand it off to you guys, the audience. If you enjoyed this segment, if you got any information out of here, then let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and just follow over on Twitch if you haven't already. Come on. There's no harm in doing it. Nothing bad's going to happen to you. Yet. But with that said, we are done with that segment. So as always, everyone, insert end of video tagline here. And just don't drink the batshit crazy, please.